I'm here to talk about the Visa Bulletin, and just this week, the June Visa Bulletin did come out. It was released, and exciting news again. For this month, we had some activity. As you may be aware, right now for May, the Philippines, the all chargeability, which is anywhere not listed on the Visa Bulletin, so any country other than China, India, Mexico, falls into the all chargeability category, also referred to as rest of world. And then Mexico, we're all holding at January 1st, 2023, but for June, they are moving forward 1 month and a week to February 8th, 2023. So it's very exciting. If you have a priority date before February 8th, 2023, you have now become current. For India, there was no movement, unfortunately, in the EB3 category, and China moved forward 2.5 weeks for the June Visa Bulletin to November 22nd, 2022. Similar movement with the EB2 category. If you fall into the EB2 category, for example, if you're a physical therapist, so most of our registered nurses, as you may be aware, you're going to be in that EB3 category. EB2 category for physical therapists did have good movement for the month of June as well. The Philippines, the rest of the world, or all chargeability, and Mexico move forward 4 months in the EB2 category. India, again, unfortunately had no movement, and then China moved forward 2 months to December 1st, 2020. So this is all exciting, good news. Forward movement is always a good thing to see. And all of these dates will go into effect on June 1st. As this is the June Visa Bulletin as of right now. For the rest of May, we're holding at January 1st, 2023. If you're not familiar with the Visa Bulletin, if you're new and this is your first live broadcast, or you haven't had an experience discussing the Visa Bulletin, you might be asking what it is. This is the chart of priority dates. It is basically your date in line to proceed with an immigrant visa. So priority date is established on the day that your I-140 petition has been received with USCIS. Once you have an approved I-140, your priority date is going to be locked in, and then you will wait until your priority date becomes what is called current per this chart, the Visa Bulletin, that is released once a month by the Department of State. So things you can do while you're waiting, if your priority date is after February 8th, 2023, things you can be doing while you wait is, we're going to be collecting your documents from the net to send to the National Visa Center. If you've reached the point where you can complete your DS-260, you'll want to be doing that. If you haven't reached the point where you can be completing your DS-260, you can be thinking about the responses. They're going to be asking you, your work history, your residential history. So if you've lived in a lot of different places, you'll want to be collecting and gathering those addresses and trying to remember when you lived, where you lived, and where you've worked, and those dates that you've worked. Collecting your documents, making sure that you have a valid passport, and practicing your English. Making sure that you've passed your English. If you haven't passed your English, you want to make sure that you're focusing on that. Gaining, experience working as a nurse, so that when your priority date becomes current and the National Visa Center is ready to send over your case to the embassy abroad to schedule your interview, that you've had experience, that you've been able to gain a client assignment in the U.S. and are ready to go for your embassy interview.